university writing, which is known, I'd say, for the most part, pretty harsh grading. My professor, I don't think gave any A's, and he made that very clear. He was going to give an A, it'd have to be like he read it, and he was like, "Wow, I've never read anything like this. You deserve an A." And he had a very clear on his syllabus. A means this, A minus means this. So he was very clear in that. And it was very hard, but it helped in that I could write a paper, I could read it, and I'd be like, this is probably a B. I kind of knew what I was getting. But yeah, just giving it clear on the syllabus at least up front. When it came to other grading, I think if I were to go to, I had one course where I come from a public school background, hadn't really written a lot of like 20-page research papers. That's not something I had done in my past. First year, fall semester, I was taking a course. It was a 4,000 level course, which I didn't really know what that meant until now I do. But I didn't know in the beginning. And I had to write a 20-page research paper. Again, never had done it before. And I went to the professor. I was like, I've never done this. Can you help me out? And they, were really helpful, supportive in that process. It definitely was not my best piece of work. It was 20 pages, and I did research, so I fulfilled the requirements. But I think since I had those office hours, he kind of knew, where I was standing, and he could see a little bit of progress. And in doing so, I mean, the grade I think reflected. It wasn't reflective like, oh, an A was my A, not an A was the total class's A. If that makes sense.
Being clear about your expectations up front is crucial. Also, I highly recommend going to the school websites and seeing what your grade, how that will translate to GPA, because that's what I look at. So that's what grades mean to me. Making an A something that is challenging, but also accessible to a certain point. That like if you work hard enough and you put in the time, you might be able to earn that. Also, I've heard professors say, I don't give A pluses. I just don't agree with the concept of an A plus. And I'm sorry, I don't agree with the concept of our grading system either. But that's what we have. And so, just consider that when you're putting together your policy.
I DA'd for like 9 different sections, and I ended up recreating the syllabus for the students. I think not only having like a percentage of points, but having what does that mean is a very important thing, because for professors and people who know the class, they understand what that means. For students, they don't. I think like one of the best explanations I got, for example, for an A plus is this person can now teach this class, which what made me understand why I don't deserve an A plus in this class. But having these tangible meanings and translations of the grades, I think, is a very good way, because then it makes me understand what that professor thinks of an A, rather than just looking at points.